I've had this MIDI guitar project going on YouTube for a while, where I'm cramming these crappy plastic devices onto guitars to see what noises and functions I can get out of this. Discussing software and comparing hardware and all kinds of setups and stuff like this. But now I felt it's time to move this to Patreon, where we can have more of a deep discussion about things. The main reason for me to separate this part out of the YouTube channel is because this channel has become so engulfed with this JamOrigin MIDI guitar stuff. So whatever I'm putting up here, it feels like the only thing I'm answering is when is the MIDI Guitar 3 software is going to come out and stuff like this. And I can't answer it. I don't know. I'm not JamOrigin. I don't have that information. So I'm being conflated with the JamOrigin brand, and I don't want to do that. And that's not fair to JamOrigin either, because every sort of investigation I'm doing, I feel that I'm sort of tainting JamOrigin as well. This is nothing that I want, and I'm pretty certain that that's not what JamOrigin wants as a company either. I don't think they want to be pigeonholed, having said that a certain software is better for their MIDI guitar setup at all. So I will be doing the future comparisons or the future analysis of what software works, also for MIDI Guitar 3, of course, but I'll do them on my Patreon so that you'll know that these are my personal views and opinions and not those of JamOrigin's. So I've created 2 tiers here initially. If you're interested in MIDI guitar, software and hardware, but not really interested in posing any questions or being part of this community and talking about stuff, the first tier is absolutely for you. You come in and you get to see all the videos. All this tech stuff will be there for you. For the other tier, I've thought to personalize stuff more. This is where I'm helping you if you have a specific problem. I have this guy, Cameron, ask about alternate tunings. He wanted to do something Joni Mitchell with the strangest tuning ever. And I'm doing a video about that, in this case with MIDI Guitar 3, because that's what the question was about. But it also includes the GP10, so part of that solution is actually in the GP10 rather than in the MIDI Guitar 3, but there are also ways to use MIDI Guitar 3 for alternate tunings and stuff like this. One other thing that I'm doing right now is I'm comparing this Papritech AirMotion wireless breath controller, and I'm comparing that to my standard setup with the tech control that I'm using, also wireless. Both are now Bluetooth in one way or another, so it could be an interesting comparison if you're interested in choosing a wireless setup for your breath controller. And on top of that, I'll probably pit these against each other in some Bluetooth versus Wi-Fi setup and show you the differences there as well. That's kind of the stuff that I'm going to be doing in this second tier, and I'll answer with videos or direct answer in the case you need some shorter version. So Patreon can be a lot faster than I can be on YouTube, because I don't have to think about stuff like thumbnails and algorithms and stuff like this. So as it is today, for instance, we have Cyclop coming out from Dawson, and it's the little sister, I think they call it, to Myth and MPE synth, and it works perfect with MIDI guitar. So that's a synth that I'm going to showcase as soon as I can on my Patreon. And you can suggest things for coming videos. We can also discuss things like setups with different kind of expression controllers, be it pedals or breath controllers or any other kinds of controllers that we want to use. It's not necessarily all going to be about guitar. It could be a specific question you have about MPE, for instance, as that is kind of a new technology anyway. Perhaps I'll discuss some notation problems with MIDI MPE instruments that really doesn't translate well into traditional notation, or even worse, tablature and stuff like this. So this is what I'm looking forward to setting up and doing here on Patreon, and I'll hope that this could be something that can benefit us all. So if this sounds at all interesting, consider what tier you're interested in. The community tier is there for you if you have a lot of questions about setups and perhaps software and stuff like this. But I'm just as happy if you're just along for the ride, just want to see the videos and want to support me on Patreon that way. Thank you for considering this.